Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Lost Art Project Veterans Voices. I'm your host, AJ Cox, and today we are back here in Sallisaw, Oklahoma at the Veterans Home, the newly built Veterans Home, and we got a special veteran story for you today. But before we get into that episode, if you're enjoying the podcast, make sure you go to the website. There's a new website. That's right. It's the Lost Art Project Veterans Voices.org. That's O-R-G. It's so new I haven't even put it on here yet, but that's where it is. The Lost Art Project Veteransvoices.org. So go there, check that out. Of course, we are a new nonprofit now, so we're excited about that. If there's any way you can help us do that, it'd be much appreciated. A big shout out to the Till Valhalla Project, man. They're out there doing amazing things. If you don't know anything about them, go check them out. Even if you do, check them out again. Like I always say, amazing organization, doing some incredible things. You can always find them at tillvalhallaproject.com.
Are you a Marine veteran? Are you missing that bond you had on active duty? Then I have a place for you. Join the only congressionally chartered Marine Corps Veteran Service Organization, the Marine Corps League. Get that brother and sisterhood back in your life. Become one of the fewer, the prouder, a Marine Corps League member.
All right, I'm back. I got my special guest here. We got Dexter Cole, man, Army veteran. Dexter, how you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Oh, man, I'm excited. I get to hear your story. I get to sit here in this wonderful facility and just have a good time. So can't get any better than this, right? Of course, you come here to work every day, but you know, yeah. But it's okay. It's still a nice facility, nice place. Yeah,
it's nice.
Awesome. Well, shoot, Army veteran. So let's just go all the way back at the beginning. Like, where did you grow up? What was that like for you? And then what drew you into military service?
Okay. Well, I was born and raised in Vian, just right down the road here. Just kind of a country boy. I like fishing, hunting, just pretty much what everybody likes around here, you know.
Yeah.
And pretty much, yeah, that's what I did growing up. I really didn't know I wanted to join the military until I was like, I don't know, junior in high school. I just pretty much didn't know what I wanted to do with my life.
Okay.
I didn't want to go to college. I didn't want to go back to school. I was burnt out on school, and I didn't know if I wanted to go do a trade. I wasn't sure. So basically, I'd ran into this recruiter that come to the school, and he, you know how they are, how they make it so good or whatever. So I was like, man, you know what? I'm just gonna try it, you know. And my parents was on board with it or whatever. And I was only 17 at the time, so they had to sign they had to be there to sign the
do a waiver.
Yeah, So that's pretty much. It wasn't just something just this exciting story of how I joined. I just didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, really.
Yeah. So. Well, that's what a lot of people end up doing. They just don't know, and they find that hey, that's a good stepping stone, or a lot of people make it a career. So, yeah, that's awesome. Now, what year was it that you actually joined up?
2008. I was a junior in high school. I signed the paper. Well, actually, my parents signed, helped me, whatever. And I did, I think it's a delayed entry program, that's what it's called. And then from there, I graduated in 2009 and shipped off like 2 months after.
Oh, wow.
Graduated high school, yeah.
So 2 months after graduating high school, you're shipping off to boot camp.
Yeah, shipping off to boot camp. Small town kid, never been out of the state, really.
No kidding.
Yeah, like I was talking to a guy I work with here. We was talking about a plane, like our first plane ride. He's like, yeah, mine was in basic. I said, yeah, mine too. First plane I ever got on my life was, I went to basic training, and the second plane I got on, I jumped out of it. So,
oh, geez.
Yeah, with the airborne school. So it's kind
nice. So, okay, did you know what job specialty that you were going to go into before you signed papers?
No, I mean, yeah. Before I signed papers, they pretty much had a contract drew up for me or whatever, what I was going to do, how long it was going to be.
And what was your specialty?
It was I signed my contract with 88 Mike, just like a truck driver.
Okay.
It had an awesome bonus, a sign-on bonus.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what grabbed me, you know.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a bonus, that's for sure.
I didn't really care. I just knew I was going to go in. I just figured I'd just jump into whatever they give me, and they gave me a nice bonus. I was like, yeah, money. So there we go.
Nice. Okay. So where was your basic at?
South Carolina.
South Carolina. All right. So
Fort Jackson.
So there was a lot of firsts for you, right? So one, it hadn't hardly been out of the state. Never been on a plane until this point. So one, you're leaving the state, like really leaving the state, and you're jumping on a plane to go to a place that is a little intimidating at times, right? So what was all going through your mind as you're preparing and getting ready to jump on that bird and fly over there?
A lot of nerves. I mean, like I said, I'd never been anywhere, and I knew I was getting on the plane for the first time. I don't know. Looking back now, just it was kind of just confusing. Just everybody that was there with me that was going, they was pretty much as confused as I was, and everything was hectic. People telling you to do hey, you got to make sure you have this paperwork, get on this plane. It was nuts. So I mean, looking back, I'm just gonna say a lot. It was confusing. Really, just everybody's just pretty much trying to hurry up and get there.
Yeah. You were getting a good dose of the hurry up and wait. Before you even got
there. Yeah. That was my little appetizer of the hurry up and wait.
Appetizer, nice. I like that
for the whole hurry up and wait deal in the Army. But yeah, man, it's just it was confusing. Like I was trying to hurry up and get there.
So now, as you're flying into South Carolina, where exactly did you land? Was that?
I think it was because we was in Jackson. I think it was it Columbus or Columbia?
Columbus, I think.
It's right out of Jackson.
Okay.
So because the bus ride wasn't very far.
Okay, so you basically get off the bird and get on a bus.
Yeah, hop on a bus and they just bust us. And I don't remember the bus trip being very long.
Okay.
Before all the real hectic stuff began.
All right. Well, let's jump into you're arriving at boot camp. Talk me through like everything that's going through your mind, all the stuff that's happening, and just walk me through your boot camp experience.
So I'm gonna have to really jog in some memories here. Okay, so it was a nighttime, dude. We flew in to Columbia or Columbus, whatever. It was night. I know it was like 9, 12, 11. I mean, it was late at night. Yeah. So they bussed us over there, and I remember it was late because there was only like one. You're supposed to have like a shark attack thingy, when you get there. But I was going to reception, so there was only like one drill instructor, drill sergeant.
Oh wow!
He didn't even have the hat on or the whole shabacle. Like it was late at night, so they just pretty much took us off the bus and got us like signed in, and then we went straight in there to do the paperwork and like signing in all the stuff. I mean, in the middle of the night, we were sitting there, we're already tired, and there's all of us lined up, sitting down at desks, and we're watching Welcome to Fort Jackson. The whole thing, like the history of the base, and then all the the do's and don'ts, and this is what you'll expect, and where everybody's just like just trying to stay awake.
Yeah, everyone's dozing off.
Oh, dude, yeah, and I mean that's when I remember the yelling started beginning because people were so tired. They we just come out. Most of us 18 years old.
Yeah,
man, they're falling asleep. You didn't know what to expect. We're middle of the night. They're trying to show us all this stuff on the screen.
So thinking back to boot camp, right? What are some things that stick out to you in your memory of boot camp, whether it be a funny story or a memorable moment or anything like that?
Okay, a memorable moment. It's not really funny, but the first time, like in the morning when you wake up and you have to salute the flag and all that stuff and go out. I remember this like it was yesterday. We had a trainee there with me. His last name I can't remember. He was one of the gun ho who like he just got into the he's ready to go and everything, and he's trying to be drill sergeant's pet and all that. He's top of the line. He passes out when we're doing this. Saluting the flag, just staying there. He's right next to me. I just out of my corner of my eye just see somebody just going back and forth and just freaking splats, dude. And like he crushes his whole face, like it's bad.
Face
like
first.
But he didn't get it recycled. Like he stays with us and he finishes big. But face first passes out, and I'm like, oh my God, is that gonna happen to me?
Yeah.
Like I'm like, holy crap, I'm already nervous, and he just splats, and this guy's, ready for the Army and the military, and he just splats on the ground next to him. I'm like, what happened to him? And it's like he just passed. I guess he locked his legs or something, and he passed out and just went. apparently, and then I know that it was not a uncommon thing for that to happen, you know.
Yeah. It happens a lot actually in ceremonies, and you're just standing there
for hours. Yeah. So that was like right off the gate, man. We wasn't there. We probably wasn't there like 2 weeks, and that happened.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, wow.
All of a sudden, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, I'm like, I hope that don't happen to me. Because he had scars. He had scars like at the end of boot camp. Like he had scars, and like I remember him going up to his parents and like showing him like, yeah, this is when I passed out and smashed my face at the beginning. And
well, he's got a good story to tell. Huh?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
And Matt, you know how
I hope he tells the truth with it though. I lock my legs. And,
yeah. No, it's like fish stories,
yeah,
man. It's gonna get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, so. I got in a fight with somebody.
Knocked out his drill sergeant or something. Yeah.
There you go. So.
Very nice. All right. So now after boot camp, you had to go to your specialty, right?
Yes.
What do you call it in the Army? We call it MOS in the Marine Corps, but same.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So your MOS, where was that at?
It was Fort Leonard Wood.
Fort Leonard Wood. Okay, Missouri.
So
back in
I
Missouri.
graduate basic training in So that's another thing. I almost had to do like because Marines boot camp's like so many weeks longer than Army.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I was in reception for like an extra week and a half for some reason.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So we didn't graduate. We ended up doing like 13 weeks at Jackson or something.
Wow.
Not just straight basic training. I was in a reception for almost 2 weeks for some reason. The same group that I got there with. And we was like,
no kidding.
Yeah. So we was there almost 13 weeks total. So
yeah, I
got there July 7th and I graduated boot camp October 2nd. That's how long I was there. So how many other weeks that is. But
wow.
Anyways, I graduate October 2nd. My parents are actually there. They drove out from Oklahoma, and I got to drive home because my duty station was Fort Leonard Wood, and I lived in Oklahoma, so I was pretty close. And I think they gave me like a lot of time. I got 4 days to get there or something, or 3 days. So I actually come home for like a day or two, and then my mom aunt drove me from here all the way to Fort Leonard Wood. Yeah, we just took a trip, and they dropped me up there at AIT. So
how far is that from here?
It was like 4 hours.
4 hours. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah.
You just go up through Veneta up there, and then go somewhere out there, and then cut straight across.
Okay, I got you.
The Missouri line, and then into Missouri. So they took me there, so it was nice.
So you're showing up, a boot ready to go, getting there for your MOS school, the training. What was it like going on to Fort Leonard Wood and, hey, I'm getting ready to do this. I'm new. I'm still trying to figure things out. What was it for you?
I think it was a little bit different for me compared to other people, because a lot of people went straight from basic training and they bust them. A lot of the guys I graduated basic training with, they bust them to their AIT or their school, or and me, I'm coming by myself with my mom. We didn't know where to go. We got lost.
Yeah.
It took us 2 hours from the time I got to Leonard Wood to the time I was actually in formation. They was all formed up outside by the time I found them. Like it was like 2 hours of me like trying to figure out where this building was and who I was supposed to see.
Yeah.
Before I found my unit that I was supposed to be there with, and they're like, "Oh, there's Cole. Oh, there you're supposed to be with us." And I'm like, "Dude," but I wasn't late or nothing. I had like the whole night to get there, but it was just weird because my mom is, I was the first kid, or I was the first of her kids, and like my family really to get in the military.
Oh wow. Okay.
So we're all going on this base together and not knowing what the hell we're doing. So
yeah, that's always fun, driving around trying to figure out where things are and getting the lay of the land, if you will.
Because she's like, "Do you know where we're going?" I'm like, "I'm just as fresh as you coming on this base." Like I said, I'm just left basic training the other day.
Yeah.
Last week I was shooting gun, down the range. This week I'm different state, different base.
Yeah. So tell me about your training. Your specialty was driving trucks.
Yeah.
Right.
Man, to be honest with you, when AIT, it's kind of a blur because it wasn't that long. I think it was
really
like 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
It
wasn't that long. It was. I was in and out. It feels like I was at airborne school a lot longer, which I wasn't. But I have more memories of airborne school than I do of AIT.
Really?
AIT, I remember a lot of it was sitting around because there were so many people going through that course. I think they had it. I don't know. I think truck driving at that time, they wanted a bunch of. There's a lot of everybody's getting a sign-on bonus. I think it was because like down range, I think all the IDs and stuff.
Yeah.
And they couldn't. I don't know if they couldn't just find people ignorant enough to sign up to the drive, or whatever. But that, like I said, they had a cool sign-on bonus, so I was like, whatever.
So now, were you specific to as a driver, or were you mechanic side?
Just driving, just
driver. Okay.
Transportation. Yeah,
Got you. Okay.
So just basically be able to operate anything and everything. But
so you had to operate everything from what, like you're talking Humvees all the way to what?
5 tons, and that was just an AI, or that was just AIT. Whenever I got to my unit, I was operating everything up to like forklifts. I mean, we was doing everything, anything that had a engine and promote. You could run and operate. It's more like an operator.
Yeah. Wow,
transport, so.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so talk to me about. Okay, I'm leaving. I got my qualification now, and I'm going. You said they sent you from there to jump school.
So I was supposed to graduate AIT.
Yeah.
In it was right before Thanksgiving. It was November like 3rd or 2nd. Like I said, it wasn't that long. I was there, and there was orders for jump school. I was supposed to be there like sooner than the same day I was supposed to graduate AIT. I was supposed to be at jump school already.
Oh, geez.
So I had to call my mom and aunt and them because they was going to drive back up and watch me graduate AIT. It was me and some other guy from my unit platoon in AIT. Me and him was the only 2 that had jump school on our contract. Mm-hmm. So me and him, they bussed us with a bunch of other people from Leonardwood that was bussing to Jackson or to Benning.
Okay.
All of us. So I didn't even get to graduate AIT. They gave me my certificate, said good job, and then got me out of there. I had to call my mom and them tell them.
No kidding.
Yeah, I had to call them and tell them that I had to get to jump school, so don't come up here. I'm not graduating. They just give me my certificate, and then I'm gone. But like I said, it was just such a blur. Like I left like almost a week early, I think, maybe not 2 or 3 days early, like a week early.
Holy cow. Wow.
So, yeah, they bus us to Benning, yeah, and then that's a whole nother shabacle. Another late night bus trip. Yeah, we got there at like 1 a.m, and we walked in, we literally was trying to sleep on the floor, and they finally found us some bunks. Wasn't even the barracks I was going to end up in, just some bunks to sleep until the next morning.
So walk me through like your jump school experience. Like kind of talk us through the day to day. What was it like? The good, the bad, all that type of stuff.
I got at least one good story in jump school. So, like I said, I got there that night. Couldn't sleep because it was crazy to go from basic training, just like the level of like them holding your hand and like, being on you. Basic training, they're there. You're with them every day, all day. You can't go nowhere to do nothing.
Yeah.
And then AIT, I remember one weekend AIT, I had one 4-day weekend or 3-day weekend in AIT when I got to leave. It was a little bit more lenient because after you was done for your day, like 5 o'clock, you could go like walk around base and walk around, do whatever you wanted.
Nice, yeah.
And go to the PX and then come back as long as you do that formation and that late evening and then the morning. So a little bit more relaxed. And then boot camp or then jump school was completely relaxed. Like you could do whatever. You could leave the base, after class during the day as long as you're down the formation the next day, because there was a lot of different ranks. But there was people that's coming in that's been in the Army 6-8 years already that's coming in. It was just a bunt, and they're like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "I was in basic training like a month ago, and then I'm here to jump." So they're like, "You're lucky." A bunch of them was mad because I got it in my contract or whatever.
Yeah.
So day to day. So basically, once I got my barracks and or my room and where I was supposed to be for the duration of jump school, I shared my bunk. There's a bunk here and a bunk. So 3 other guys. Mm-hmm. It was just a little barrack. It wasn't too bad, man. We wake up in the morning, do PT. Like, okay, so we ran everywhere. That was the thing, airborne. Our day to day, we would wake up, we do PT. Sometimes when we'd go run, we'd do our ACUs and our helmet. We would go 5, 6, 8 mile runs, and that's what we'd run in. Anywhere you go on the compound in basic or in airborne school, you ran. Yeah, you ran from point A to point B. That's what you did. What else did I say? PT was pretty rough because, like I said, most of the time we did it in ACUs and then with our freaking helmet on, So.
And it was 3 weeks.
Yes.
Airborne? Yeah.
And it was in November in Georgia, and it was freezing. It was cold.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because I went during Thanksgiving because during Thanksgiving there was a group of, I don't know if they was related to any of the airborne the instructors or what, but there was people that would come on base from like outside around the area and take like us like new privates and stuff that didn't have no family, because everybody else, you know, they could drive home to their family or whatever they have Thanksgiving. I actually went with me and like 7 or 8 other privates. We went to this guy's, his last name was Weaver. To this day, I got him on Facebook. He took us to a hockey game, and then we went.
No kidding.
Then we went to his house, and like he had a cool pond and everything, and his family cooked this Thanksgiving dinner. It was awesome, man.
That's really cool.
It was a cool experience. So, what else did you ask about the day?
So your normal day to day, you're up early doing PT.
Yeah.
So
we're waking up like 05. 05:15. We're already doing PT. Like we're working. Then you do PT until about chow time. You go. They'll give you like 30 minutes to go take a shower, whatever, clean up. And then you go to chow, or you go get into formation, and in formation you go to chow. And like I said, you're running there and back, you know, everywhere. And I remember I got in trouble one time because I wasn't running in the chow hall. I guess he seen me outside not running. He brought me in there right after I just ate, and I was sitting there, had to do push-ups while him and all the other airborne instructors, he was just messing with me. Yeah. No, they was eating, and I was sitting there doing push-ups, and he's like, "Get out of here, you know, run, you know, make sure you're running wherever." So it was kind of funny, but yeah. After that, after chow and stuff, we'd go straight to whatever we was doing that day for I think there's different steps of it. Like there's tower week, and there's like ground week, tower week, and then then you go in the plane or whatever.
So the last week is actually jumping out of the plane.
You have 5 jumps.
So is one every day, or
one every day, and then there's a night. My second jump was a night jump. So not only did my first time ever riding in a plane was going to basic training, my second time was jumping out of one. My third time on a plane, I'm jumping out of one, and it's a nighttime. So,
oh my God.
But my very first jump is the jump I landed in a tree. I actually landed in a tree, man, and they had to come and get me out. Like I was just far enough up where I couldn't get out and safely jump down without breaking my leg, but not high enough up where they needed, something else to come get me. I was just maybe like 10 feet off the ground.
So did you break anything? Like it just get scratched up?
No, it was just windy. It was just windy. The first chalk or stick or whatever you want to call it, the first group of jumpers, I was in one of them. And then after that, they canceled. So I got my jump for that day, but they canceled it for like the rest of the day because it was too windy.
It's so windy.
Because I ended up in a tree, and I can remember him down there yelling, "Airborne, slip away!" And I'm like, dude, I'm like 100 pounds soaking wet, and I'm just like pulling, trying to go this way, and I'm just drifting towards the trees, and I just end up in the tree, and I'm like, he's like, there's nothing you can do. I'm like, yeah, man, So they just pull me down or whatever and get me down, and it was.
Now, do they consider that a successful jump though?
Yeah.
Good.
It counted. So
I mean, there's not much you could do if the wind's blowing and you're only 100 pounds.
Yeah, and we used them old. It was like them old parachutes. So it wasn't the ones that had the toggle, like the little toggles on them. I was like grabbing risers and just like pulling. But they're not meant for really steering. They're meant for a pop and drop and get on the ground. They're like the old World War II. Yeah. So.
Nice.
So man. Wow. Like I said, the second jump was a night jump, and I ended up jumping a couple more times, 5 times, and graduating. It was a cool experience. Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, did you know what unit you were going to be going to, or?
That was the thing. It was confusing. I thought because I didn't really know how to read my orders and stuff. I wasn't sure if I was going to. Something got confused. I don't know. Even to this day, I don't know. I thought I was supposed to be going to Fort Drum.
Okay.
And then down below it shows like your inactive duty station, like whenever you become like inactive or active reserve or something, IR or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's like Fort Kentucky or like somewhere in Kentucky was where my duty or my whatever was. But I was confused on where I was going, but I ended up getting Lewis. They told me in airborne school that I was going to Fort Lewis. And then I was like looking up and calling around and asking anybody if they knew about Fort Lewis or whatever.
Now, and where's Fort Lewis at?
Washington State.
That's what I thought. Yeah, they call that Fort Lewis McCoy.
Lewis McCord. Yeah, Joint Base Lewis McCord. Yeah, it's just right outside of Tacoma. It's just right outside of Tacoma.
Okay. Very
Yeah.
nice. So you get your orders for that,
Yeah.
or they tell you that's where you're going.
Yeah.
Okay.
So from airborne school, I'm able to take like leave. So I actually take a couple of days to go home from airborne school, and I go home and I go right because it's right Christmas. So I spend home at Christmas at home, and then January 4th is my I have to be in Lewis. So they I can't remember how I figured out how. Obviously, I flew there, but I can't remember if I paid for it. No, I think they had ended up booking me a flight or whatever, and it had like the voucher or whatever, and it just said this day or whatever you have to fly out or whatever. So, but yeah, January 4th was my due date or my date of return to go to reception and check in. So, yeah, that was another thing, dude. I lost my bags up there, like when I first got there, like from Seattle. I flew into Seattle, and then like my bags were lost, and like I had to go back to the airport the next day. Yeah, I stayed the night in some random hotel in Seattle when I got there, and then I had to go back to the airport and like find my bags and all that, and then finally caught a cab all the way from there because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know that people on base could come get me and all that stuff.
Oh, right.
So I paid like $100 and something to get from like Seattle down.
Dang.
Yeah. So
did they reimburse you for that? Or
no, I didn't even know. I just took it and just whatever. So.
Wow.
But yeah, Fort Lewis is cool, man. You ever been there?
I've been to Washington. I have not been to the base though.
Okay, just itself though. It's nice.
Yeah. It's a beautiful area for sure.
Yeah, it is.
So now talk to me. What unit was it that you went to?
First Special Forces Group.
Okay.
Yeah.
So talk to me about Special Forces Group. So this is
I was attached to ODA, so yeah, it was pretty cool.
Okay, so talk to me about you're still checking into the unit, and it's a Special Forces unit at that. So like, kind of what's your train of thought?
I really didn't know. I really didn't know much about. I just knew it was first Special Forces unit. I'm like, okay, what is this? Whatever. I really didn't know how lucky I was and how easy I was getting it because I didn't know. I just checked in to reception at Lewis, and then they said. Everybody's like looking and showing their different orders, like the guys at reception. And I actually made friends with the guy that was in, I can't remember what unit he ended up being with on base, but to this day I still talk to him, and he gives me crap about, I can't believe you got first group or whatever. And I'm like, dude, I didn't even know anything about first group when I first got there. So people at reception was like, because I was the only one in the little reception thing at that time that was going to group or whatever.
Yeah.
So they's like, oh yeah, you got first group, and I'm like, yeah. I was like, you're lucky. That place, I'm like, what is it? And they're like, it's SF guys, Green Berets, blah blah. And I was like, pretty much still. I was like, okay. I really didn't know much about it until I got there, and then started, training with them and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Then I realized I'm like, okay, I got really lucky.
Yeah. Now, because you hadn't done any training or anything like that up to this point, at least for Special Forces stuff.
No,
so,
just went to ranges and the range. And
so what was that like for you? Like you're getting there and you're having to get, figure out all the ins and outs of what's going on.
It was awesome, and it would just it really felt like I just belonged there anyways. Like I don't know how to explain it, but just their environment, the way they conduct themselves and they do stuff and all that.
Yeah,
it was professional and just made sense. The Army stuff, sometimes some of the stuff they do, the regular Army or the regular whatever, the way they do stuff is a lot, it seems complicated, or like why are we, and the SF guys, like the team guys, they're just like completely different from the regular Army. That's why it was kind of cool to be a part of them. But we had, but at that same time, like, no, I was not SF. I was a support guy in the SF group. But still, that title's still cool to me because I got to do everything, train with them, the same training, all that stuff.
Now, what types of training were you doing? What was setting you guys apart from regular Army as Special Forces? What training were you doing?
Well, like the SF training guy, they would do like a lot of like we would set up. So we would set up like compounds and like they would like set up the SF guys would like set up like special like compounds. They would do missions, like they would practice raiding like just a compound. they would set it up like a mock compound, and just something that the recon guys would like go and, you know, they would scope it out or whatever, and see like draw up a mock compound for what everything looked like, and then they would practice going in and just basically sort of like regular Army, like maybe like Rangers and stuff do in a sense, but it's at a different level, such a high level of how they do and operate and work.
Yeah.
It's you just have to see it. It's hard to explain. You just have to see
I'm sure it's impressive.
Yeah, it is. And they
yeah.
do this all day, every day. Like it's repetitive over and over and over and over again. So it's like second nature. It's like muscle memory. It's like with anything, you know. So.
And your job specifically within there was you're driving. What specifically were you doing?
I did just like in training like that. I would play. I would do a lot of like the ranges. I would just like driving a lot of ammunition trucks and stuff. Just drive ammo or drive anything from ammo, or if they're out, because Washington State, like Lewis is huge. Like from the regular out here to where the training area is, it's miles and miles and miles. Like we go out there at weeks at a time, you know, and not come back.
Yeah.
So it'd be just you transporting anything from ammo to people, to guys coming back and forth off like ranges, to food, to just anything and everything. It just like the transportation logistics guys is the ones who operated, you know, facilitated getting stuff in and out of the training area, whether it be people, you know, like I said, anything and everything. And just supporting them in anything they needed, you know. What I mean? So
Okay, that makes sense. Now, how long were you up there?
I was up there the whole time. The whole time I was on active duty, so I was up there for 4 years.
Years,
I didn't go to any other duty station. I did like a one and done thing. So I was up at Lewis the whole time.
So now, did you do any deployments or anything?
Yeah, I did one in Iraq.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You want to talk about that?
I mean, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
It was just a quick deployment in 2011. It was just like so it was Operation Red Dawn. It was when we was pulling out of Iraq in 2011. It was a bunch of like what we did there is a bunch of like, have you heard of like snatch and grabs? Like that's basically what we was doing. The teams was doing. We'd have we'd come up, going into our training room, have a target. You know, a lot of it was just like IED bomb makers and their family, their affiliates and stuff. Have a target. We'll work with our Terps, you know, that knew the area. Go in at nighttime, get our target, take him back, you know, and do all that process. And interrogation process. I was driving. I was the driver. Dude, I had to go for like 2 weeks at nighttime. I'd have to wake up in the middle of the night for 2 weeks before I went out on missions. And I started from just walking around with these nods on, because we drove at night, blackout everything. I had to put nods on and like walk around for depth perception. And like walk around for hours and trying to like just on a road, but just walking, you know, just baby steps and then they put me in a vehicle and started driving, going real slow. But dude, when we was up like moving, doing snatch and grabs and stuff, we was pushing these Humvees until they couldn't go no more. I had like the pedal like all the way down because we'd go out with Iraq Special Forces guys. And they drove Humvees that were not armored, and ours was. So they would go. So I was basically keeping up with them the whole time, or trying to. And I had that thing floored out, and then you're blacked out, and you got your nods. Depth perceptions are different as it is when you're walking, but when you're driving and everything's going so fast, I mean, you really have to have some sort of training to, you know, at least a few hours of training just to be able to do that stuff. Because we had a guy that was on our team with us. He was a support guy too, and he could not get the concept of like driving with nods on. Like he couldn't do it. Like, he would turn way too soon, or you know, go over and hit a ditch.
Well, you can't. I mean, there really is no depth perception necessarily. It's just
it's different. It's different than driving without them on. So it's weird. It's completely different. So it takes some getting used to for sure.
Now, did you do that training when you got to Iraq, or did you do that?
Because I didn't know. So I didn't know what I was doing, what I was going to be doing on that deployment. Because so basically I was in first group in Lewis, third group in Bragg needed 4 guys to come help. I don't know if they didn't have 4 guys at Bragg, or I don't know what the deal was. So I was on leave in 2011 in Oklahoma when I got the call from my E6, from my staff sergeant, from my platoon sergeant, asking me if I wanted to go to Iraq and deploy to Iraq for some months to go with third group. And I said, who's third? I said, is that Brad guys? And he said, yeah. And I said, okay, well, who's all going? I'm getting excited thinking I'm going to go with my guys.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, it's going to be you, like a mechanic, and 2 other guys, and 1 NCO. There's like 5 of us. And y'all's going to go with the Brad guys and just help them with what they need. And I'm like, okay, that's weird, because we was getting ready for a deployment to Afghanistan with first group. But they ended up calling. Bragg ended up calling and needing a couple guys, and then they just called and offered just some random people, some random, first come, first serve, who wants it.
It's kind of luck of the draw.
And I know Afghanistan was like another 6, 12, or 8 months. So I was like, pick me. Like, I'd rather just go. I'm ready to go, because I'd already been at the unit over a year.
Yeah.
So I was ready to go. I didn't care where it was. I didn't even really know about it. Didn't care. I just wanted to go. So it was me, 2 mechanics, my NCO from my little platoon, and then 1 guy. He was what was he? He was like a water guy or something. I don't know what he was.
Water specialist.
Yeah, he was some water, some red guy. So it was just us 5, and obviously we knew each other around the unit, and we was in the same support. GSB is what it was called, Group Support Battalion. Mm-hmm. So we knew each other. Half of us lived in the barracks together, but we didn't really know each other until once we got there, whatever. Yeah. So we showed up, us 5. They shipped us out. We flew in from Seattle to Maryland, and then from Baltimore, Maryland, we hopped on a plane and flew overseas to Kuwait. Got off at Kuwait, then took a military plane from Kuwait to BIOP, to Baghdad International. Yeah. And that's when the guys came and they picked us up at BIOP, and they're all civvied out. We didn't wear uniforms at all over there.
Really?
We were all civvies, like khaki pants and black t-shirt.
No kidding. Wow.
It was pretty cool.
So you didn't do any training with them leading up to it?
So I got there. As soon as I got there, it was like, we're going to let you guys rest today. And then tomorrow, at 10, whatever, 100 hour at nighttime, we're going to start doing our NODS training. And I'm like, well, what are we really doing here? He's like, he's like, 2 of you are going to be the mechanics is going to go and help the mechanic guys. And he's like, you're going to drive, and just with anything, basically floaters, anything, anybody, whatever it was, that's what you're going to do. So, and they picked me to be like a driver because I was from transportation anyways and stuff. So, that's what we did. We started, like I said, putting nods on at nighttime, just walking the little path that was out there, because we was outside of BIOP. There's an army base, and then it was TF Task Force Raptor is what I was attached to. The ODN and SF Iraqi Special Forces guys was with us. We had our own little base like way out here by the river. I don't know what river we was by. We was by a river right there that ran through Baghdad or through Iraq right there by Baghdad somewhere. So.
Interesting. So you stayed there the whole time in Baghdad area?
I never left. I got out of there right before Christmas.
Okay. And then, so you did how long total over there?
Like 4 months.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Nice. And now, throughout that, how many like raids would you say that you went on with them?
40, 50. I mean, it was like every night. It was like every other night, for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. It just become like
it's just
repetitive, repetitive for an extended amount of time there. I just I never counted it. It was just one of them things.
Now, as you were doing it, I mean, you're not the one jumping out and going in and grabbing people and stuff like that. You're just driving. Just so
straight driving. Yeah.
What was like? Did you get into any kind of hairy situations, if you will, stuff like that?
Yeah, there was a couple hairy like. They captured this one. I don't know who. Like, I'm gonna leave out names. There was some guy we captured anyways, and he had an entourage of people with him. And they was geared up, like they, and that's pretty much all I'm gonna say. But it was weird because I was still just like fresh to the whole the scene, like the deployment scene, like an SF guy. I didn't really know. Like, I kind of just stayed in my lane, to my job and what I was supposed to do. I didn't really ask questions and because I really didn't know what everything all entailed. Even though I was like in on the the briefings and stuff, but I just feel like I didn't like get in the loop with everything as much as I should have.
Yeah.
Or wanted to, because I just kind of just did my job and got let, got out of there.
I'm sure that they appreciated that though.
Oh, for sure.
That they're guys that I'm sure that get in there and they want to get involved in everything.
Yeah.
And then they're kind of like, man.
Oh yeah. I know a couple of them that were there. And it's like, I could understand why, because in my eyes, that's just really cool. It's badass, but at the same time, it's like, man, when I got there and like just kind of that environment and everything, and I'm like, okay, I'm here now. Now I'm kind of ready to go home. I'm ready to get out of here. So I just kind of one of them things, just kept doing what I'm supposed to do, and then get in and get out. So.
You had a job to do. You knew what the job was, and you said, hey, I'm here to do that.
And that was pretty much it, man. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Very nice. Wow. So 4 months you spent basically in Baghdad.
Yeah.
Or in and around Baghdad.
Yeah.
Very nice. Is there anything else you want to talk about as far as your experience there at Baghdad, or?
One thing, so of course it's hot over there, right? I just want to just like tell you this story. It's crazy, like to me, because I come from Lewis, and like when I got back to Lewis, it was like snowing like 40 degrees. Mm-hmm. So we're over there, and like during the middle of the day, it's like 140, right? It's hot. Nighttime, I think it gets down to like 95, 92. So like coming like around Halloween, like October, I was noticing like everybody's buying hoodies and stuff. I'm like, why y'all buying hoodies? This is hot. Like, okay, you're going to realize real quick that, this desert heat, it's not, when it gets cold, like the big difference in gap from 140 degrees to like 85 degrees or 82, I was like, that's a big jump. Your body's used to that, higher heat. So it's like October, and I like, okay, I bought like this one hoodie from these like random Iraqi dudes that was selling stuff. Yeah. So yeah, in October one night, it got down there. It was like 86 or 84 degrees or something. And I got a hoodie on, and like I'm still a little chilly. Yeah. And it's 80 something degrees outside. That's what I tell people. I'm like, was it hot? Yeah, I was like, it's hot, but check this. When it was like 80 something degrees, I'm like, that's hot, right? I was like, yeah. I was like, I had a hoodie on at nighttime when it was 85, 86 degrees, freezing. Yeah. Like the difference between, that and that. I'm like, even though it's still hot, to everybody, like, I guess just that your body sustained that level of temperature from that long, and then dropping, 20 degrees. I'm like, it was crazy.
It's a huge difference.
I was like, I can honestly say I wore a hoodie when it was 80 something degrees.
Yeah.
Out.
That's funny. Yeah. But yeah, it definitely changes your perspective on what is considered hot, what is considered cold.
Yeah, so, for sure. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I do remember that. Man, there are times that the sun goes down, you're like, whoa, what just happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, good times, man.
Yeah, good times. It brought back a lot of memories, dude. It's cool.
Yeah. Now, when you came back, did you go back directly to Washington, or was there a?
No, I went straight to Bragg.
Okay, so you went back with the group.
Because towards the end of the deployment, we was pulling out. So like all the TF Raptor was like no more. We was taking down all the gym equipment, all the Connexes, packing water. Like we was pulling out of there.
Wow.
We was getting everything out because that was when the Iraq War was, was coming to an end. So it wasn't Operation Iraqi Freedom. It was Operation Red Dawn. Like it was pulling out of Iraq itself. Yeah. So we was taking everything. Boys loading Connexes. Like I remember we had. I don't know how these guys. I'm not going to ask questions. How they got all these freaking AK-47s? Like they had AK-47s in boxes. Like a lot of them was trying to take them home, but they wouldn't let them. Like we probably had 100 boxes, man, stacked everywhere, just full of freaking cache of guns, like everywhere. Wow. But I don't know what they did with them. I didn't ask any questions. I was hoping to take one because when we go out on ranges there, we go out on ranges like 2 or 3 times a week to shoot around and just play around during the day. And they would take them AK-47s and a bunch of different weapons that we never seen or used, and we go out there and just shoot them for fun.
Nice.
That was our fun time. Like we would go out and shoot. But
that's cool.
But we had a bunch of freaking different guns, dude. And I'm like, man, I wish I could just take one home, but no, they wouldn't have
you look at those guys from, like back in World War II, or you look at Korea, even Vietnam, there were guys bringing trophies back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I'm not talking about, like teeth and stuff like that. I'm talking like weapons and
exactly.
swords and all that type of stuff. Man, they wouldn't let us bring jack squat back.
I'm like, I wish. Like, why not? Like, you're not, out of them 1,000 guns, you're not going to miss one. Like,
yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, it was crazy to me. I'm like, how? And they look preserved like their guns. It looked like they had like some sort of petroleum or something on them, like covered.
Oh, really?
I don't know. They was covered in it. Almost looked like like they was preserving them somehow. It was weird. That's what I remember about them. I'm like, why do they have that stuff on them? Like, almost like they had like like lacquer or something. If you spray something like coated in that like clear film, that's what it looked like.
Interesting.
So I don't know what it was, but
wow. So you basically helped pack up all that stuff for them.
We packed everything up and we drug everything up. We took down everything and like all the vehicles. Like we had a bunch of Toyota Hiluxes there. Huh? Like I don't know how we surplus them or what we did, but yeah, we shipped them off to some person come and got them. Like we had two Hummer H2s, black, all black and armored. Dude, we had some cool vehicles there that are all Hummer, like blacked out. I'm assuming that's what they used in the missions before, because one of the guys that I was there with, he was there in 2001 whenever they pushed in. Like he took me to at the time there, General Fodl was the general. Mm-hmm. Like he's the one that took over through Saddam. Right. Or not overthrew him, but took over when Saddam was gone or whatever. Mm-hmm. I actually met him personally. We went and ate dinner with him and stuff, and went to Saddam's old diner and like palace or whatever. Yeah. Like we got to do that while we was there, and it was cool, man. It was cool. I got to do a lot of pretty cool stuff when I was there. Huh. But they had the vehicles. Like I don't know, they had them there since 2001. Like I said, the guy that I was there with, he's a master sergeant. He was there in 2001 whenever they first come in there. And then he said, I got to hear, I was here when I stood it up, and I'm here when they're taking it down. Like he'd been there a couple times throughout the 10 years and he was kind of telling me the stories of stuff and what it used to look like or whatever. So it was pretty cool. Yeah, it was neat. Like the history of us being there from, I got to be a part of it, so it was cool.
Yeah. Literally, you'll be in the history books for all that.
It was cool.
Man. So talk to me about coming back. What was that transition like for you?
Oh, it wasn't bad. Like, okay. So we went to Bragg. And all the stuff that we had brought back with us, they we had to help them inventory it, or, when we got back to Bragg, we had to take it off the aircraft and inventory it and take count of everything that they had over there, and all that good stuff. And so we was in Bragg for I think 2 days, and then they finally flew us back to Lewis, and then I just flew back into Seattle, and then on just a regular bird, and me and the 4 other guys I was with, and we had one guy actually come and pick us up, and that's why I said it was 50 degrees or 40 and snowing. Like we come back from that. We come from that. Oh, dude, I was freezing. I was like, holy crap. He's like, yeah, it's cold, huh? I was like, dude, it's literally like 5 days ago, I had a hoodie on in Iraq and it was 80 degrees. I'm like, now we're coming back to 40 degrees and snow, and I'm like, y'all's trying to kill me. But transitioning back, I guess I just wasn't over there for long enough. The transition was fine. I mean, it wasn't no different. Mm-hmm. Didn't feel some type of way or anything like that. It was all good. Yeah. I was glad to be home.
Yeah. Now, did you do any? I can't remember what they call it, but it's like your post-deployment training or post-deployment, sit down with a doc and sit down with therapists and do all that kind of stuff?
Okay, that was weird because you're supposed to do that whenever you deploy with but I didn't deploy. Maybe all the Bragg guys did that Bragg, but I deployed with Bragg, so I didn't do it there. And when I got back to Lewis, no, it was weird. We didn't do any of that.
Wow. So you never had any issues as far as kind of reintegrating back in?
No.
So
no,
that's good.
No, everything was good.
Yeah.
Getting used to the weather, from hot to cold.
There's always that.
That was pretty much it,
Yeah. And did you jump right back in? Because they were preparing to deploy. You said about 8 months later. So
no, I didn't go. I ended up as soon as I got back to Washington, I ended up going on leave for Christmas. I ended up going home or whatever. So
yeah.
And then once I got back, they was getting ready to go. Yeah, because we were supposed to. Okay, so it was the summer. I left in the summer to go to Iraq. They were supposed to. Yeah, they left out in February, I think, or January.
Oh,
so it's like 6 months from when I got that call. When I was on leave at home before I went to Iraq, I got the call. They were supposed to go like in that January, so 6 months, and I ended up going to Iraq like a month after that call or whatever, a couple weeks, and then so they was about to leave whenever I got back, and then went on leave, and they got back to Lewis. They was about to head out, so I didn't go.
Okay, interesting. And so, but they took off, they went, and you remained behind Element.
Yes.
Yeah.
So not everybody, but the majority of the guys that I was in GSB with, the majority of them took back. I think they left like 30% of the unit back with us.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. And then you spent, because that at that point that brings you to what, 3 years in?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you had another year to go, basically.
Yeah, and that last year, I just decided that I wanted to just try something different. Like I was ready to try to go, like get into school or get into, just get into something different. I'd seen enough in the military side, and I was like, kind of grew up and was ready to move on, do something else.
Yeah. So what did you do in your last year altogether?
My last year, we had like 2 or 3 guys. That I'd never met, like when I got back from Iraq, that was there at our unit. We had a bunch of different guys that had come in from different places, like Bamberg, Germany. We had a whole group of like 5 or 6 of them guys come into the transportation unit that I didn't know. Basically, just the same thing I was doing before, but like just helping, like kind of on more of the outside looking in on stuff. I already knew how to do it, and basically training those guys up, because a lot of them just come to the unit and they've never been to a soft unit before. They was all regular Army guys. So basically just overseeing them and like, this is how we do it.
Yeah.
And at the same time, just getting ready for my transition out.
Mm-hmm. Now, we didn't talk about this all the time, but rank wise, you went in private and then you ended up after your 4 years getting out. What was your rank?
E4. I could have been promotable. I could have been promoted.
Was it corporal or was it
specialist?
Spec 4.
Yeah, Spec 4.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So
very nice.
Yeah, I could have got promoted. I just, like I said, I was pretty much, once I got back from my deployment and all that stuff, and I was pretty much ready to go. Yeah. I figured that's what I wanted to do when I joined the military. I was like, so, did that, and I was ready to go. I didn't really care about rank.
Yeah.
It didn't matter to me.
Right on. So after your 4 years, you come back to Oklahoma?
So I stayed in Washington for like a year or 2. I'd actually met a girl.
Okay.
There. So,
got you.
Yeah, that was pretty. That was one of the driving reasons for me to get out, honestly, because I could have stayed in, but that didn't pan out. Like my life's changed completely now since then. But, I'd actually stayed down. I actually moved south of Lewis, down towards Portland, Vancouver, and I stayed down there. I stayed there for 2 more years. So,
okay. And what were you doing there?
I was going to school at the time just to get my basics and associates in general, whatever.
Gotcha. Like general ed.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah. I was going to school down there, and then pretty much trying to just find my purpose and what I wanted to do next. Man, I was all over the place.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then so 2 years there, and then what?
And then I just integrated back to Oklahoma, man. I've been here pretty much ever since. I went down to Texas for a stint and worked with my brother. He was down there in the oil field.
Okay.
I went down there and worked for a little bit, and pretty much bounced around in this area. Yeah. For a time, and then finally settled down in 2017.
Okay.
I met my wife in 2017, so
gotcha.
Been here ever since.
Nice. And you're here in Buy-in is where you're living now?
I live here in Southsall.
Oh, you're in Southsall
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
You're in the big city.
Yeah, I'm in the big city, if you want to call it.
Yeah.
Buy-in, yeah. From Buy-in, but yeah, I live here in Southsall.
Okay, I got you. Very cool.
Yep.
Man, that's awesome, man.
Yes, sir.
Dang, and now you're working here at the VA home?
Yep. I actually knew this place was going to be built like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And that was my next goal. I said, as soon as I knew this place was coming up, I was like, man, I'm gonna find something I want to do that has something to do with, vets, and like see if I can give back to like the guys that, paved the way for us. So
Yeah.
And here it is, and here I am now. So
I love it.
I don't know where I'm going from here. It'll be within the veteran community, but I don't know as far as like job wise.
Yeah. Well, shoot, you're doing a good job here, man. I appreciate what you do here for these guys. So I'm sure that everybody that's living here appreciates it. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, we get some good stories here, man.
Oh yeah,
I've talked to a few already, and just like getting to hear their experience and stuff, and how it was then compared to like how we had it, like in this day and age. It's like it's totally different, but it's at the same time I get it. Like I can, I feel it. If it makes sense, it's different, but it's the same at the same time. So
yeah, for sure. Well, shoot, man, thanks for coming and doing this. I truly appreciate it. I do these rapid fire questions at the end, so I'd like to do them with you if you don't mind.
Sure, let's go.
All right, here we go. What is your proudest military moment?
Proudest military moment would be, I think, get my jump wings. I think that was pretty much, because that was something that I was really proud about.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I like that. All right, what's your most embarrassing military moment?
My most embarrassing military moment. I got in some trouble. I got in a little trouble. I had a little bit too much to drink one time. It happens to us.
It does.
Yeah.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah. So that'd probably be my most embarrassing. Everybody knew about it. So, but you live and you learn.
Yeah. All right. If you could be one military leader for a day, who would that be?
One military leader?
Mm-hmm.
No, you stumped me on that one. One military leader. Oh man, you got me on that one. I don't know.
It can be anybody. Anytime in history.
Anytime in history?
Yeah. Any military leader, yeah.
Oh. George Washington.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
I'd be him. That'd be cool. Yeah. That's who I'd want to be.
All right.
Minus the teeth,
Yeah. What is one skill or lesson that you learned that you still use today?
Integrity, discipline.
Yeah. That's good. I like it. In the zombie apocalypse, what is your weapon of choice and what anthem is going to be playing?
Oh, weapon of choice. It's got to be the M4, man. It's got to be the M4.
Yeah.
And what anthem's playing? Let the bodies hit the floor.
You know what? That is a very popular one.
Yeah.
I would say most people in your generation it says that.
Yeah, that's the first thing that comes to my head. So
I like it. All right, what animal best describes your time in service?
What animal? Time in service. Animal like owl. I guess an owl.
Okay.
Just kind of mysterious and just get set back, just quiet.
Oh yeah, I like that. Okay. All right, that's good. All right, knowing what you know now, would you do it all over again?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then I always leave time for words of wisdom. So something that you want to leave the listeners with. It doesn't matter. It's just whatever you want to talk about at this point.
Don't let anybody ever tell you can't do something. If you want to do it, you do it.
Nice.
It's always possible if you set your mind to it. I know it's kind of cliche, but
it's true though.
It's very true.
Yeah.
So don't ever let anybody tell you can't do something.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Okay.
Shoot, thanks for doing this, man.
Yeah, you bet.
I had a good time. Did you have a good time?
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, it was worth it then. Right?
Yeah, it went a lot. Less stressful than I thought it would.
It's just
a conversation.
I'm all about stress-free.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be. All right. Well, hey, I'll end this podcast the same way I always do. I talk about veteran suicide, ways to be able to get some help. And with that, to all the listeners out there, if you're struggling and need help, anything like that, Don't forget the VA does have some good resources. You can always dial 988 press option 1. You can always text 838-255 or go to veteranscrisisline.net. Click on that chat icon. Any of those options will put you in contact with somebody that can help you out. But remember, one veteran life lost is one too many. I care about you. I know Dex cares about you. The whole veteran community cares about you. So please reach out for help. And if you're out there, you're not struggling, reach out to the buddies you serve with. Ask them how they're doing. If they need that helping hand, please give it to them. All right, brother. One last time, thank you for coming on and doing this. Much appreciated. To everybody out there, stay motivated. Change your socks.
No more 22. On to the journey and finish the fight.